Alright, so I had made YouTube videos in my dream, and it's funny because these YouTube videos like ended up starting an apocalypse and that stuff. So like I see like skyscrapers at one point were all like falling and collapsing and this stuff, and it's like what? And then like my video had like 8 billion views, and I was like, what the heck? And like I had to like babysit this cat and this stuff, and like in New York City and that stuff, and like somehow it got abducted by like a UFO, and like I had to try to like save the cat, and I'm like spider in a Spider-Man suit with Spider-Man powers with a freaking ray gun, and I'm like, what the heck? Yeah, it's really freaking stupid, right? I'm swinging in New York City trying to get on a UFO and that stuff. I end up in the UFO, and then all of a sudden it turns into like a Halo level inside the spaceship, which is where I'm fighting aliens to get to a cat that I'm babysitting. Yeah, it's stupid. I don't know where this came up, but it came up. Um, I had this other dream where I owned a brothel, and then I also owned a mansion that was next to a brothel, and it was like there was like a Hall of Fame rock star thing. Like it had like a tour, like tour sculptures of like my greatest achievements in life and that stuff. And then like the brothel had like a wooden gate and that stuff, and there was like a woman wearing a hat and that stuff, you know, like in like that Playboy bunny suit, and she like opened the door and greeted everyone who like came in and that stuff, and I was like, wow, this is like some high quality class crap. That's dope. But yeah, and then like I thought the mansion was cool, man. I mean, like, cause like there was like a walk path in the backyard, and it was like just like statues of just like things I've done. Which I'm like, huh? I mean, like I don't know where I got the money and that stuff, but I mean, hey, I mean, like I said, that was a cool dream. And then like I had this dream where I only worked at a Whataburger. Like I worked at a Whataburger that was right next to a strip club for a day, and I got paid $5 for an hour helping them dish dish some stuff and like clean up a spill and that crap, like water and like grease. So like yeah, I don't know why, but that was that dream, and then it ended. And then I had another dream. I got stranded in Nevada. I got stranded in Nevada going to a brothel, and I got kidnapped by ICP members in ski masks and that stuff. And the brothel was inside a cantina. What the heck? I don't even remember it. I mean, I remember that dream, but I don't remember it being in a cantina. I remember I got like blindfolded and that stuff, and then I got thrown into like this like abandoned restaurant or something like that, and then like I just hear like some like deep voices talking to me, and it really sounded like the two main members of ICP. So I was like, huh, yeah. And then I remember I went on a road trip to like head to like this like arcade place and that stuff. And I went to like this Gator Town or something like that. And I guess I was in like Alabama or like some place like that, like Louisiana. And like I ended up at like Gator Town or something like that, where it's like really famous for like swamp weed or like that. And then there's like an outside like arcade and that stuff, but it had like tarps and tents over, so like, you know, but like it rained that day, and it was like kind of like a foggy day, but it was like, I don't know, 3 o'clock, and it felt like it wasn't humid, it was like more like kind of a breezy day, like a breezy humid day, which was interesting. And then I remember, man, I need to write down this dream, like draw it, but I ended up in this like the world's biggest brothel, and this was a crazy dream because there's like, oh no, okay, hold on. Yeah, so I'll explain this one. So like I had this one dream where I was at a brothel, the world's biggest brothel, and it was like 12 different hallways, just long hallways of just like different chicks. Like the further you go, the more classier they get and that stuff. And it's crazy, man. I mean, and then all of a sudden there was like a shootout in the place and that stuff, and it was like a Call of Duty map and that stuff, and it was like I had to like shoot my way out through the far exit side. I was all like, what the heck? Yeah, that was a crazy dream, and like I had other dreams of that, but I don't remember. I'll have to find more of those stories, but that's pretty much the main one on that one. And then I had this other dream where it was spring break, and we were on a boat, and I was touring with two bands, and one was the Gorge Surfers, and the other one was his like teenage punk band. Uh, yeah, and I was like, wow, it was like it's crazy because like my first band like was actually really known, but I guess the teenage punk band wasn't and that stuff. But like yeah, no, like we ended up like I don't know, just like we ended up. Anyways, the tour ended up so good on like because it was like a cruise ship, and I mean like it was like a big old cruise ship. I mean a 3-story cruise ship, and like it was like wide and that stuff. I mean like you can walk around. I mean you could have a go-kart track on this bitch. Anyways, the tour did so good, we ended up on a radio station, and oh my gosh, I ended up on a radio station, and then right after I ended up on the radio station, I ended up smashing it with a fat chick who happened to be a mom. So, yep, that's what I do in my dreams is I kick it with single mothers at radio stations after performing with two bands on a cruise ship. Yeah. Rock star life. And then I had this zombie dream. I was the only survivor in a minivan. I think I remember this one. This one took place at the Santa Ana Star and that crap. And then yeah, it was weird. It was like it got swarmed and that stuff. I was in the parking lot and like I just hid under like my van and that stuff, and then like all of a sudden it got swarmed. But I think I already did a recording on that dream, so I'll just try to go to another dream. Yeah, there's this dream. I was in the not in the can. Yeah, I was in the canyon. I was in a canyon, and there's this one part of the canyon and that stuff where the road just blew up, like it's destroyed, and now it's gone, and it'll fall off the cliff. And the only way to get to the side is you have to go through this like building, this store and that stuff, this wide, and then you just go through across and that stuff. And there's like dirt bikes and that stuff, and you take off. But I had to fight like some humans and that stuff to get to the dirt bikes and that stuff. I don't know if I've talked about this dream or not too, but yeah, it was interesting. Because I had to fight people with assault rifles, and I was like, what the heck am I doing in the canyon? And then I had this other zombie dream where I'm at this like small theater, right? And this was at a casino in like a city. I don't remember what city. It was weird because it was like a big city. Anyways, you walk into the casino, and then you walk straight, and then you go downstairs and stuff, and then there's this like 4 theaters, and that's where I saw this zombie movie and that stuff. And it's so weird because like it was like a Dead Island movie, and then all of a sudden, as soon as the screen plays and that stuff, next thing you know is like zombies just pop out of the screen and that stuff. Like they tear the screen, they come out, and then like it was like what the frick and that stuff. And like yeah, it was interesting. And then I remember this dream was scary. I'm not gonna lie. I remember this dream because I was in a store, like just like a grocery store and that stuff. And then across the grocery store, there's like some dude at another balcony, and he was like sniping in the store and that stuff. And it was like, bro, what the heck, dude? And like the store was kind of like, the lights were kind of like gloomy or something like that. So it was kind of weird, that weird feeling. But it was so weird, and then just feeling that like that tension of just somebody just being a terrorist and that stuff. And I was like, holy crap, dude. And like it's scary, man. Like and I guess like he ended up like killing himself like after that stuff, like, and like yeah, I just remember like he ended up killing himself.